just wait. I can't hear it, so I don't know when it stops. Anyways, hello and welcome to the fourth exciting episode of In a Cold Sweat podcast. I am your humble host, Codemaster Kyle.
And I am your co-host, Slammin' Steve.
I don't go breaking a sweat now, because we're coming at you live right here on Twitch on behalf of Cold Sweat Games.
We have a banger of a show planned for you all tonight, but first, I believe Kyle has a special message for you all.
Absolutely. But before we get into it, I wanted to remind you that we broadcast this podcast every Thursday night, usually around 10 p.m., barring any technical difficulties, Pacific Standard Time. You can tune in when we do this any time. If you like what you see and you want to join this journey with us, make sure to join us in the chat. Smash the follow button with notifications turned on to join us when we're doing these podcasts, when we're doing dev streams, when we're gaming or shooting in RIL, or just chatting.
Yeah, any of those things. Everything happens here on Twitch first, though. VODs are saved and archived for your viewing pleasure at your convenience. But maybe you ain't got time for a video. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you're doing something. Maybe you're on a drive to work. Who knows? We got you covered with the audio version now available at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and more to come.
So before we get too much further into it, I wanted to give a couple channel updates regarding Twitch. So first and foremost, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the new followers that joined me on stream yesterday. That would be Puffsley and Jaminder007. Thank you so much for joining the cause, guys. We are now just a little under halfway to affiliate status, and I am incredibly excited about that.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, things are going well. Things are going well for us.
So with the slight boost in popularity, trust me, I'm still humble. I've been exploring the options of what are available to help, maintain viewer attention, I guess. I don't really know how else to say it. I wanted to give more for you guys. Whether on whatever stream we happen to be doing at that time, I wanted to give you guys more options of things to do. So what I have available right now is there is this store that has a bunch of sound effects on it, and as you watch our broadcast live, you will earn points, and you can use those points to buy sound effects with which you can play live right now.
Yeah, so if you want to play around with us and be part of the show, literally part of the show.
Exactly.
Basically a producer at that point.
And speaking of which, thank you so much for the follow there, Max the Mushroom.
All right.
I just wanted to
that
quickly.
Just happened?
Max the Mushroom gave us a follow.
Right on. Welcome.
So we are now officially, as of this second, halfway to affiliate status.
Not bad. Thank you. All right.
Sorry. So I just provided the link to the CloudBot store that you can go to to redeem points to play those sound effects. I will be going through and enhancing that bot with a bunch more functionality. But for now, if you wanted to play a sound effects of Duke Nukem telling me to do whatever you want, go ahead and spend those points, guys.
And yeah, we got way more soundboards coming. We're excited. And if you guys got ideas, send it our way. We're going to have to definitely screen through some things. No inappropriate things, please. This is a family show, okay?
I'm going to hate to have to tell you this, but some of the sound effects I've uploaded there are definitely not PG.
Okay.
But they are the most expensive to buy.
Excellent.
You're going to have to spend, I think, 2,000 points just to get some of the more saucier ones.
Ooh. So you guys better be participating and getting in on it.
And as for other things on my behalf here, you see this background over here, this wonderful stuff in the back, I'm going to be getting rid of that soon. The wife and I have been talking about moving my workstation specifically so I can give better stream output to you guys. So we're going to be moving my workstation here soon. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know when that'll be or how long it'll take to get there, but that's in the cards. and I'm incredibly excited about it because right now I have a piece of software going on that really soaks up my processor, which might mean there's some frame rate drops every once in a while, just to try and blur out this background. It's really terrible.
Oh yeah. Oh well. I mean, hey, you know what I have? I have a painting.
Yeah, but that painting gives you character.
I mean, I guess it definitely adds to the setting.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Mwah! I love it.
My beautiful painting. Oh, I believe it's an original Monet.
Sorry for the frame drops there, Desk. Is that more on your side, or is that the broadcast quality? Please let me know. So anyways, what are the channel updates we got there, Steve?
Well, Apple Podcasts finally approved us, which is, to me, I feel like that's a big deal because Apple's usually pretty they scrutinize a lot of things, don't they?
It's I feel they're a little bit more relaxed with their podcast thing, but like they take forever, man. But you know what?
That's true.
We're on Apple now. We're on Apple Podcast. That's where everybody wants to be when it comes to the podcasting universe. So
exactly, they created the medium.
It makes it feel more legitimate to be a part of the Apple Podcast ecosystem.
Exactly. We're not sponsored by Apple by any means.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
We still need to figure out what's going on with Stitcher, though.
Yeah.
Because like I've said before, I'm an avid Stitcher fan, and it really bugs me that I can't listen to my own voice while I'm working. I'm just kidding. I can't listen to anything while I'm working.
Oh, that's sad.
I know. I mean, I wish. Oh well. There's way too much stuff going on at work to really focus on music.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I'm outside cleaning the yard or whatever, for sure, I'll put a tune on in my pocket. I'll bop to Rio by Duran Duran a couple times.
So what have we got going on in the? I see we got some announcements to make.
Yeah. So last week I teased the idea of doing what I was calling blind runs. I've given a name to that. I'm calling it Gaming in the Dark. So I'm gonna be completely. I'm gonna take in these games the way I take in movies. I'm not gonna watch trailers. I'm not gonna read anything about it. I just want our audience to send me titles of obscure but attainable games to play. And I'm gonna be streaming here at Cold Sweat Steve. Twitch.tv/ColdSweatSteve, which would also be broadcast on Cold Sweat Games, I believe, right?
Yeah, I believe the hosting feature will automatically pick you up. So long as you're broadcasting for longer than 10 minutes, I think it'll pick you up.
Perfect. So yeah, I'll start. I'm gonna be starting doing that. I'm gonna pick myself up a mic so you guys can hear me, and I'll be doing that. And then I'm also going to be doing another game, which I'm calling Tabletopless, board games on the floor. I'm gonna... Because I never have an appropriate space to play. So I just end up putting the board games out in the middle of the floor. So I was like, you know what? Maybe this is a good idea. Tabletopless.
I've read the title a couple of times, but you saying it just really sells it for me.
It's tabletopless, board games on the floor.
Hysterical.
Yeah, because I got the 80th anniversary edition of Monopoly, and it's got 8 different what are they called? The little tokens that you use. What are they called? Statues?
Yes, Twister. That's Steven's first tabletop game.
I have Twister.
Make it a thing.
And it's a game you can play on the floor.
It's like it was meant to be.
It'll have different conclusions written on it that you can jump to.
I think that's a different game. I think that's copywritten now. Every time you mention that game, he makes $1 million.
Sure, it was a great idea.
That's an Office Space reference for anybody who's just tuning in.
So, what's been going on in the world of Kyle?
So,
what have you been up to?
I have been stricken with the allergy problem.
Oh, God.
Allergies have got me so bad this year.
Do you know what specifically you're allergic to?
It's got to be the pollen situation. I'm not even a hay fever. I don't know. Either way, I'm waking up and like I'm in a cold sweat.
I've broken out in a rash. You're in a cold sweat.
I actually live this podcast, man. I live it every day, especially during summer.
He said the title.
He said the title.
So good.
I'll do my best not to die, Dask, but man, with these allergies, I make no promises. I can't. It's impossible.
Yeah. He's hopped up on Sinutab.
Yes. Definitely. I had to. If I didn't, I would just be. I can't really talk. It would just be the worst thing ever.
Oh.
So I haven't really had a whole lot of I haven't really had a whole lot of motivation. Productivity has taken an all-time dive because I've been doing nothing but dying, just struggling to breathe, and it puts a damper on any kind of motivation you might have, right?
Oh yeah.
But I have
Luckily
been
now,
busy.
with Sinutab, your day doesn't have to suck.
Officially not sponsored by Sinutab. I have been working on those back-end services that I was talking about, but I'll explain more about those in the appropriate section a little bit later. But I haven't even been gaming, man. I haven't even been gaming. Just yesterday.
Oh, that's sad.
What did I just said?
Yeah, you were playing XCOM. You
Yeah.
sent me. I died.
You died hardcore, man. Like the first 2 shots of the game.
Yeah. Kyle was like, "Don't worry, man. I gave you a fitting eulogy," and it literally said, what did it say?
Here lies Steve. He lived once, and then he didn't.
What I liked about the video that you sent me was that there was like a pause where you're like, "Oh God, what do I write here?" He lived once, and then there was like a couple seconds, and then he didn't.
So I thought it was a pretty fun gimmick yesterday. I've heard about it a long time ago. Then I participated in one myself from a different streamer.
Yeah.
Anybody who comes into the stream and hits that follow button, I make them a part of my XCOM squad.
That's
and
so cool.
They join me on missions to eradicate alien overlords.
That's so metal.
What's not to love about that? I thought it was a really fun idea, and I can't wait to continue on with it a bit more.
Totally. Yeah, no. I think that's awesome.
But that's all I got on my side. So, but like, what about you? What do you got going on?
Well, some things that I love this week. I've been watching a lot of
the official segment.
Galavan.
Shit that Steven loves.
Hashtag slamming shit.
Slamming shit.
Get that trending.
Gaskura, I prefer the term meat shield. I believe that's more politically correct.
Yes. Yeah, I was utilized well in that area. Something I'm used to. Good. Yeah, no, I've been watching a lot of that TV show Gallivant. It's on Netflix, but it was originally broadcast on ABC. It's like a musical, but it takes place in the early days of like King Richard and stuff. Oh, it's funny. Oh, it's good.
So I can't recommend it
highly enough. It's a comedy. It's so funny. It's so well written. Like, I don't know. Maybe other people wouldn't agree with me, but I think it's hilarious.
So shout out to Gallivant. Go check that out on ABC.
Yeah, watch that. My wife has been watching Grey's Anatomy. She started like last week, and she's already on season 5.
You have now officially stepped into that relationship status of being a part of the Grey's Anatomy clan.
Oh, I know. Well, I mean, she'll be watching it, and I'll be sitting there, and I'm like playing a game on my phone, and I'm just like watching. Come on! Why don't they just do the endioctomy or whatever?
The endioctomy. that a real thing, or did you just plunk that
No.
one out of your ass?
Not at all. That's not a real thing at all. My son has learned to giggle, which is pretty cool. He's just starting to do all that. He's not quite 4 months old yet. What's he at? He was born February 23rd. So it's March. No, it's not March. What am I talking about? It's June. June 13th? Yeah, so he's just about 4 months old. And
he's
like
just starting to develop a sense of humor.
Oh yeah, he thinks I'm hilarious. Either that, or he has no respect for me. I don't know yet. I'll have to ask him when he gets older.
Those are the
Hey,
precious moments, man.
3 months old? Did you think I was, worth anything? And I got a new position at work, which is pretty cool. I've been building trusses for the roofs of the modular homes that we build. Some good news on the music front, though. I started working on a new song, Mortify. I actually started working on it last week. I built a little bit of it, and then I've been kind of writing and crafting some new stuff. It's very much in the pre-production stages. I've just been writing and reworking it, having to do a lot of work to it. There's a lot of cutting and changing, and it's not even close to being done. I mean, you heard. I'm only like a minute 30 in.
Yeah, you explicitly told me not to share it yet.
No,
so
because
I'll respect your wishes on that one. Although I gotta be honest with you, it's killing me not to share it.
I know, it's pretty good, right? Not to toot my own horn.
Well, so would you say this is probably your most ambitious track?
Yeah, this is the one I'm trying to put the most work into.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it really needs to. We've been working on Blast Chamber for a while now, and it needs a really poppin'. It really needs a good main theme. So this one is slated to become the main title theme.
Very cool.
To Blast Chamber. Hopefully. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's coming along?
When I heard that section, when it starts to really like pump up, oh man, I felt like running around and blasting some dudes.
I know.
So like, I'm kind of like, menu music is fine. I kind of almost want it as part of the game.
Yeah. All right.
But we'll talk about that more behind closed doors.
Yeah, we've got lots. It's still got lots of work to do. Lots of things coming. But the official version of this particular song is only going to be available upon release.
Yeah, so if you want to hear the realness, you want to hear that awesomeness, you're just going to have to check out the game when it's out.
Yeah. This is one of those. We can't give it all up to you. We can't give it all up front.
Got to leave something.
Yeah, we got to leave, something for the peeps.
That's right.
Check out later.
So I guess I should continue on with some Blast Chamber updates, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. What's going on that front?
So like I said, I've been dying with the allergy plague. So that's really been not fun to deal with, but I have been busy. I've been busy doing other things other than coding the actual game itself, which, probably, anyways, doesn't matter.
Well, I've seen on our Discord channel that you've been working on things. Behind the scenes things.
Absolutely. So let's get the major decisions out of the way real first. Cyberpunk, 24/7 all the time.
Cyberpunk.
That's really it. So me and my team have been diving hardcore into figuring out what Cyberpunk means to Blast Chamber.
Yeah.
And a lot of really cool ideas are happening behind the scenes right now. Like just saying the word Cyberpunk has gotten some inspiration going, and some energies reinvigorated. So
yeah, for me too.
Yeah, exactly. Just super psyched to start sharing some stuff about that. But there's nothing to see yet at the moment. Our I'll get to that in a moment. So first things first, as I said last week, part of the next steps of what to take was that we were going to be switching entirely over to desktop, and so
Yeah.
that has been accomplished. I have stripped away all of the WebGL stuff. I've gotten rid of all the browser-based stuff. All of that is gone. And we are now
Excellent.
100% desktop. And which is great about this is that it no longer just needs to be on itch. It can now go on Steam. It can go on GOG. It can go on whatever distribution platform I want, except the Epic Store.
The Epic Store.
Because I don't want to be associated with that drama right now. Really, is what it comes down to.
What's the drama? You know me. I'm not in the loop. I want to know.
Well, the drama, I mean, like, first, like, just to kind of, like, surface level it. The drama is that Epic Games has released their own launcher, which was originally made to just kind of house Fortnite, an Unreal Tournament, and Unreal Engine-powered games developed by the studio or affiliates. And that was about it. So that it wasn't really designed for anything else other than being a launcher.
One of my lights went out. Sorry, hold on. Go ahead, I'm listening.
So anyways, Epic got it inside themselves to like, hey, we have this, let's make a store out of it so that people can purchase games and we become the publisher here. You know, we'll go on the same we'll go on the same level as GOG, Steam, and Origin. The problem is that the Epic platform, the Epic launcher, is not up to stuff. It is security nightmare. Features don't work and is missing core things that other launchers have and have had for years. So they got a lot of catching up to do and they just haven't done it yet. But meanwhile, that by itself, not the hugest deal. But the problem is that officials over at Epic, including the coveted Tim Sweeney, the creator of the Unreal Engine, like this guy's got some clout. They've been going forward and signing exclusivity deals on PC for their launcher.
Oh, really?
And some really prominent ones too. Like there's a new Vampire the Masquerade coming out. And at least I think it was that one anyways. There's lots of examples out there. Just Google it. But yeah, so Epic's been going forward and said, you know what? We'll dump this fat load of cash on you as long as you remain exclusive to the Epic Store. So you can't be bought on Steam. You can't be bought on Origin. You can't be bought independently and DRM free. Just Epic Store. And that primarily is what's got everyone up in a tipper, because it has effectively taken what PC gamers have never had to deal with before into the PC universe, and that is basically the console war.
Really?
So back before, it used to be like, well, if you wanted to play this, you had to have a Genesis, or you had to have a Super NES, you had to have a PlayStation, you had to have an N64, or whatever.
You want it, come get it.
That's right. The platform war, the console war, nobody really enjoyed. But PC gamers have had it's Windows. That's really the eponymous platform. If you want to publish a game on the PC, it's going to be on Windows. And that's really been,
of course,
right? That's what you do. That's what you go for. Steam said, you know what? We'll provide you your games on Windows through a store. And that was fine. Origin said, you know what? We're EA. We have the resources, and we don't want to give up a 33% cut of every sale. So we'll make our own store. And
makes sense.
I mean, sure, EA games exclusive to Origin platform. It makes sense. That's fine. That's okay. You wouldn't really expect Valve to release their content on Origin.
No.
Right? You expect that on Steam. What everyone's having an issue with is that Epic is going out and saying, like, hey, we don't care who you're with, you're exclusive to us. So if anybody wants to play your game on PC, they have to get our launcher. They have to be a part of our walled garden.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
So, nobody's liking that right now. Epic's getting a ton of bad press for it, and deservedly so.
Sounds like it. But good. To bring
that all around, the entire idea is that now that we're desktop, We can be on several different platforms if we choose.
Nice.
The door is now open for that.
I have Steam.
Pretty much everyone's got Steam.
Exactly.
So the other main...
Are you saying that if I have Steam, I can play Blast Chamber?
Maybe.
This is huge news.
Okay, so Vampire 2 is not exclusive to Epic. That was my mistake. Thank you for pointing that out, Desk. It's on the tip of my tongue. If it wasn't Vampire 2, then what was it?
Mm-hmm.
There's been like Borderlands 3. It was Borderlands 3.
Well, Borderlands is cool.
Borderlands 3 is definitely one of those exclusives. There's several more, though. There's several more. So the other major announcement to make, or major decision, I should say, is that, again, now that on desktop, it's a little bit more... How can I put this? I'm gonna make needing an account a requirement.
Account requirement.
Account requirement. So you'll need to sign up for a Cold Sweat Games account. And the reason behind this is accountability. Is a primary option. Is a primary reason for that. I want to make sure that if someone's being a bad egg and just being genuinely terrible.
Yeah.
On everybody, I want to make sure that we can just simply, nope, you're out. I'm not the type of person who enjoys dropping a ban hammer. I'm not a power trip kind of guy. But I do want to make sure that people are having fun on this platform, and I do know how people are with anonymity.
Yeah, especially when you're playing a game where the objective is to screw other people over. People are going to get mad.
Well, yeah.
That's good.
So that's one of the primary reasons, but it was going to go in anyways because I wanted to do stat tracking. I wanted to do a persistent profile. I wanted to have it so that if you downloaded the client on a different computer, you log in, you have your character still. You have all of your everything that happened inside of that game come with you.
Okay.
So yeah, so just straight up just going to make it an account first game. You got to have a Cold Sweat Games account. I'm going to make it as unobtrusive as possible. It's going to be a slick interface. You're just going to punch in an email and provide a password, and you're in.
That's
Whether
awesome.
you remember how you punch that in is up to you.
Simple, fast, effective.
I want to get
Blast Chamber model.
Exactly. I want to get you in the game as fast as possible. Is really what it comes down to.
But what's good about that is that, like, you know, if you're already signed up for future games, we can track your stats for those too.
That's exactly it. I have designed this database so that it will be able to track in future projects that use an online account.
So is that already set up, or that's something you're doing?
That is, it is both. One, it is set up, and two, I am still working on it.
Okay. Well, how do I join right now?
You can't yet. You can't yet. The only way to sign up right now is going to be through the game interface itself, and that's one of the next steps to do.
Right. Yeah,
but
right now,
I have been working on those back-end services, like I said back in my personal update there. A bunch of my time has been spent working with a modern age development stack to build a badass back-end that's flexible and powerful to deal with this single sign-on account that deals with multiple game tracking.
So, how long are you figuring that's going to take? To complete? Just to give me and the audience an idea.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, it should only really take me another week to get the rest of the service done for Blast Chamber. And then it'll probably just take one more week for me to update the user interface to Blast Chamber itself to start making use of that account feature.
Excellent. Yeah, that sounds good.
And really the only other major update to the game right now is that our graphics department, otherwise known as Chris, is is currently building the first prototype map.
Excellent.
So that's
do we have any production shots?
No. There is no shots of this quite yet. There's been plenty shown to me, but it's purely within Blender right now. There's no in-engine shots yet, and I want to wait until we get some textures in there and in the engine before I start sharing some stuff. And of course, with her permission.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, I mean, the next steps to take for the next several weeks is going to be, as I said, implementing the UI for the back end, finishing the back end, really. And we still got to test some projectiles. We got to get some shooting going on in this first-person shooter.
So, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
I'm not bored. What are we
I know you're
thinking
tired.
for, like, projectiles?
So it's still kind of in the design phase over what kind of projectiles we're going to do for the game itself.
So we're thinking multiple things, right?
Well, yeah. So we're going to have your instant projectiles, your bullets, your standard fare bullets. We're going to have your slow-moving projectiles like rockets. We're going to have your physics-based projectiles like grenades. We're going to have your fast-moving but trackable projectiles like hyper blaster rounds. Like we're going to have the whole kit there. But like
Perfect.
I said, for the initial release, it's only going to be like a couple of these weapons. Like we want to get a game out there and usable for you.
Yeah.
Get you in there, playing it. The
like legit
railgun
data.
is coming. Don't you worry, Dask. I promise you, a scopeless sniper rifle type thing will be in this game.
You know what's funny is that this whole time I've been every time I'm not watching the stream right now, just because I've been kind of tooling around a little bit on the song, but every once in a while you'll say something to Dask and I'm like, this show is for you. You know what I mean?
Well, in all honesty, I mean, that's why we do this. That's why we do this podcast. I want to be as transparent as possible. I love the open development process, and I love doing podcasts, and I love doing video. This is the happy marriage of everything.
Yeah, this is good. We've been, and I like that the consistency. I can't believe we're already on episode 4. It's already been 4 weeks since we started this.
Yeah, absolutely. So one solid month, and we have been consistent on Thursdays at 10.
Well, we haven't been consistent at 10. We've been consistent at Thursdays.
Well, around 10, give or take a few minutes.
15, 20. Oh.
But yeah. Yeah, that's...
Sorry. I think we should probably wrap up early. I'm pretty exhausted. I gotta work really early in the morning.
Okay.
It's not usual. It's not a usual thing. It's just like
pulling some overtime.
Asked to work overtime. Yeah. How do you say no?
Yeah, it's true. It's hard to resist that time and a half.
Exactly. Oh, time and a half. Nice.
Okay, so let's. I mean, that's everything I had to share. Do you have anything else?
No, I'm good. You can begin the. The music.
Let's get that going.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can start as soon as the music's playing.
Yes. Well, it's starting to play anyways. So, at the end of our show, we'd like to take a moment to remind you to subscribe, like, and share our podcast. If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can absolutely find us at Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Streamlabs, and Patreon, all just /ColdSweatGames. If we make it very consistent around here, I mean, we make it very easy to find us.
Yeah, there's no spaces, underscores, periods. It's pretty basic. Each week, we also like to challenge our listeners to take a screenshot of how you're listening to us and post a 24-hour ad on your social media stories. And so your Instagrams, Twitters, Facebooks, to everything. get us out there. And if you give us a shout out, we definitely want to read you into the next episode. And that's people who are following us on Twitch, obviously, Twitter. If you can't happen to get a hold of us on Twitch, you can live tweet us during the show. You can live tweet me. Use the hashtag IASC podcast. Sorry, IACS podcast.
Very nice, very nice.
And I will respond to you.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm no slouch.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us here this week. This has been Codemaster Kyle.
And Slam and Steve.
You guys have been awesome. Stay sweaty.
Stay sweaty.
And peace.